Well, the cryptocurrency market is a green sea, and I do believe that a change is about to take place. We are beginning to see changes throughout this market. The Wave 3 structure is where that change occurs. That is to say, if we are considering Elliott wave theory, we are going to see the third wave of the cycle, which is, one of the most significant movements. Although Wave 3 is also rather important, Wave 5 will undoubtedly be the biggest leap on the charts. Additionally, there may be a lot of green in the market if we truly take a look back at the weekly. Additionally, we need to discuss XRP a bit more because the chart is beginning to show some significant indicators that we are going to wake up in a big way and that we will be addressing it. Having stated that, welcome to the channel, everybody. Nick is my name. If you are new to the channel, I hope you will subscribe by the end of this video. In addition, we have around 10,000 users on Discord, folks. For what reason are you all waiting? Come on over. You won't regret it. There are many excellent debates and a wealth of free, useful material. Thus, click the first link in the explanation below to sign up. The weekly XLM up 36% is what we should focus on. Additionally, we have a few AI agents who are clearly doing quite well, with IOTA up 27 and nearly 28%. Algo up nearly 29%, HBAR up nearly 16% indeed. If we consider XRP's position throughout the course of this week, it has also increased significantly by roughly 15.4%. We have been progressing quite nicely, but nothing too noteworthy, and it's not comparable to XLM or the other meme coins. We're going to deal with it now. That is what we will be discussing. First, though, let's head over here to the top 500 gainers and losers. Even though meme coins continue to be the biggest winners, there are now a lot more moves taking place in the market thanks to this. The strength of old coins is beginning to show. ICP, SUI, Athena, and a few others are visible if we look at the top 100. It's not too horrible, However, these are only very minor movements, This is the beginning of Wave 3, if you will. Is it too soon to declare Wave 3 at this point? Is this a formal confirmation that Wave 3 is underway? We will be using the Bitcoin chart to address that. Additionally, we will be addressing this using Ethereum. Therefore, let's quickly move on to Bitcoin. This is how Bitcoin appears at the moment. Close in on 98.3K in trade volume despite a roughly 16% decline. These motions could use a little more volume in my opinion. The highest level, which we will discuss, may be rejected. However, Bitcoin has been rising from the lows of about 91K for the past 7 days or so. And the 1 month looks like this. Once more, just chop if you will. When it comes to Ethereum, we can see that its trading volume has increased by almost 4%. As an example, Ethereum is now displaying a lot of indicators in the top 10 cryptocurrencies if we actually walk over here to the list of the top 24 hours. Being a high gainer, at least somewhat, it is outperforming Bitcoin, which is the main focus, even though it isn't outperforming Dogecoin and similar products. That should be everyone's main concern. However, if we look at Ethereum's 1 month chart, we might notice a nice little move here. Not too wild. It remains somewhat of a chop fest. In fact, we haven't yet surpassed the highs of 2024. These are the highs for March. We still haven't really overcome it and gotten as much traction as Bitcoin. If we take Bitcoin as an example, it experienced a huge surge to beyond 108,000 after surpassing the 2024 highs. We therefore anticipate that Ethereum will have a significant upward rise after surpassing those 2024 highs, with some speculating that it may reach $8,000. XRP has already surpassed those 2024 highs. This is what I mean, isn't it? XRP has been performing exceptionally well since reaching those 2024 highs. And it appears that we are beginning to deconstruct this edifice in the past month. We still haven't received definitive proof of a breakout, which I shall discuss in the shorter time frames. We already broke out on the longer horizons, however. XRP has been doing well. However, I would prefer to see a bit more volume. In fact, if you look at the bottom, you can see that the volume is simply cooling off as we move upward, which is generally not a good indicator. However, if we look at Google Trends outside of XRP, we can see that Bitcoin is still declining. I have always concentrated on retail interest, but it hasn't materialized yet. I believe that everyone should focus on retail because the more retail focus there is, the more liquidity there is, and the higher things go. We are so awaiting the return of the shopping crowd. By the conclusion of the first quarter, I anticipate that to have occurred. We should see euphoria in this market by the end of the first quarter, which is usually the optimum time to look at possibly taking some winnings off the table. I am aware that many individuals dislike my telling them to accept profits, but in this industry, earnings are vital. You should confirm that you are being compensated for your work in this field. However, outside of Bitcoin, interest in XRP has reached record highs during the past 5 years. Although it is currently cooling off, it is beginning to rise somewhat, indicating that retail interest in XRP is returning. It is experiencing a pleasant upward rise. They are looking for XRP. They are attempting to learn more about XRP, including its definition and activities. Additionally, Ethereum has remained very flat over the past 5 years, which is why I predicted that if Ethereum breaks beyond the 24-hour high, retail interest in the cryptocurrency will go upward, which is exactly what I expect. If you really think about it, this should be phase 2 of the cycle once we start to see those moves being printed on Ethereum. This means that yes, the cycle may last a little bit longer than anticipated. But we must watch, wait and see, and simply trade what the charts tell us and what we're seeing throughout the market. If the market where euphoria is available, you see people going out and purchasing ostentatious items, and you see them publicizing their portfolios, you're beginning to hear a lot of conversations about, your family members and friends asking, hey, what about this crypto? How about that cryptocurrency? Or perhaps you have friends who have never even discussed cryptocurrency with you. Suddenly, people are discussing cryptocurrency and how it will accomplish this and that. Just so you know, it's usually the greatest moment to de-risk a little. However, that ought to occur when euphoria is available for purchase. Now, euphoria hasn't yet made a significant impact in this market. But speaking about that supremacy of Bitcoin, I have been monitoring this structure, which is this higher or this lower high, as you are all aware if you have watched the earlier programs, correct, which the chart now displays. We have had higher lows thus far, which is encouraging for the structure. However, we would like to see those lows eliminated. I believe that this is the demand zone where Bitcoin supremacy will return. This has been going rather well so far. Up here, the cross has strongly rejected us. In essence, that cross represents the decline and subsequent uptrend that we broke through at the end of November. We were able to make significant progress on outdated coin charts because of that. Now, if we examine this correctly, we completely reject the cross, which is what led to this sort of slide down. This is now a daily occurrence. I am focusing on filling this gap down here. If we take a serious look at it, I would like to see this chart zone tapped and go much lower. These past lows are what we wish to eliminate. In order to formally establish the arrival of our old season, we intend to keep breaking down and even establish a bearish structure on the lower timeframe charts, as well as on the higher timeframe chart. Once more, the dominance of Bitcoin is still at 57%. Gentlemen, let's just zoom out and return to 2021. In 2021, the season had officially begun by this point, correct? The dominance of Bitcoin remained at about 60%. The majority of the market in terms of old coins actually peaked when Bitcoin supremacy finally began to bottom down, which was around May. Although I do believe that we still have some time before we need to start to worry a little, I would contend that we should begin to worry about it in the middle of the 40% area. Technically, you should be de-risking at that point, which you know could happen quickly on our prior coin holdings. However, we haven't arrived yet. I'll keep updating it and keeping you folks informed.